Good day, Chairman, Your Excellencies, Ministers, Permanent Secretaries, all members of CFRAM, CRFM, representatives of the government of Norway and guests, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Honorable Minister of Agriculture, Land and Fisheries, Senator Clarence Rambarat, it is indeed an honor to address this esteemed forum on this significant occasion. Minister Rambarat regrets his absence today, but today is budget day in Trinidad and Tobago, so therefore the priority is his presence with his cabinet colleagues for this speech. So I continue very briefly. Trinidad and Tobago, by virtue of its geographic location and comparatively easy access to South American, US, and European markets, has long been identified as a strategic Caribbean hub for illicit trade in goods and commodities. Very preliminary data collected by our Fisheries Division in Trinidad and Tobago suggests that foreign fish passing through the ports of Trinidad and Tobago are known to far exceed the 185,000 tons collected for tuna and tuna-like species alone in 2020. This translates to significant movement of financial resources, lending itself to the use of the fishing sector as a cover for other illicit activities. In this regard, Trinidad and Tobago is currently seeking to update our legislation and implement measures to address our international obligations as a flag, port, coastal, and market state. A new fisheries management bill was laid in Parliament in October 2020, and over a year earlier, Trinidad and Tobago signed on to the Port State Measures Agreement to prevent, deter, and eliminate IUU, illegal, unreported, and unregulated fishing. That was in August 2019. It is a widely known fact that organized crime denies states of valuable revenue, while at the same time it also undermines the rule of law and threatens the moral fabric of countries' economies. Organized crime within the fishing industry is an ongoing threat to sustainable development and a sustainable blue economy, especially to the attainment of these SDGs. By all accounts, and as a result of criminal acts, the livelihood of all those who directly depend on the fishing industry are threatened, such as those in the local fishing industry, its communities, persons who rely on fish stocks at both the regional and national levels, and most importantly, organized crime threatens global food security. IUU fishing and transnational organized crime are activities of grave detrimental consequence in the fishing industry, as it goes beyond both regional and local jurisdictions, disrupting the entire value chain. Some common forms include illegal fishing, seafood and document fraud, tax crime, money laundering, forced labor and use of fishing vessels to smuggle migrants, as well as trafficking of persons, fuel, drugs, and weapons, all experienced in our country here in Trinidad and Tobago. While there have been some actions taken to mitigate the destructive impact of transnational organized crime and IUU in the sector, there is still a need for an effective, coordinated, and comprehensive response to address this perennial issue, which has tainted the image of the fishing industry. In this regard, any strategic approach to resolve this issue must have the involvement of all stakeholders, as it will be able to establish the required legal framework to enable the system to become transparent in its operations. On a final note, let me turn my page. The Ministry of Agriculture, Land and Fisheries remains committed and vigilant in its efforts with its ongoing battle. We will continue to persevere with due diligence in the management of our various fishing ports and maritime borders. The clear and present danger we face with fish crimes are not insurmountable, but in order for countries to achieve a blue economy status, there must be collaboration and meaningful dialogue from all sides, which will then translate to a long-term solution. And here I will thank profusely the CRFM, who continue to engage in frequent dialogue with our country and with the region to manage our fishery sector. Trinidad and Tobago recognizes the Copenhagen Declaration as it promotes and provides a platform for cooperation among the relevant governmental agencies at the national, regional, and international levels to prevent, combat, and eradicate transnational organized crime in the global fishing industry. We are also deeply appreciative of the fact that special focus has been placed on the small island states that are vulnerable. I'm pleased to announce today that Trinidad and Tobago endorses and has signed the International Declaration on Transnational Organized Crime in the Global Fishing Industry, along with other CARICOM member states, as another signal of its commitment to battling transnational organized crime and IUU fishing in the region and by extension worldwide. So on behalf of the Honorable Minister Clarence Rambarat, our colleagues here at the Ministry of Agriculture, Land and Fisheries, especially my Director of Fisheries who is listening in this morning, I thank the CRFM, CARICOM and others for this opportunity, as well as the Norwegian government for its support. And I wish everyone continued success and good health. Thank you. Now I will hold up the signed declaration signed by the Honorable Clarence Rambarat. Can you see?